Two Truths and a Lie is a game every English teacher needs to know. You can use it in pretty much any situation without setup or special materials, and it's a great icebreaker too. I'm Will from Enchanted ESL, and in this video I'll explain what Two Truths and a Lie is, how to play, and give you a couple of tips to make it shine in your classroom. The game is good for any number of students. You can play it with an individual or with a large group, but beware that the larger the group, the longer it will take. With a one-to-one student, you're looking at about 5 minutes per round. With a big group, up to half an hour or even more. And you can use it with any level except for complete beginners. The only materials needed are paper and pens or pencils. I like to use these dry erase pockets like mini whiteboards, but they're not required. So let's head to the board to see how it works. First, each student has to write 3 sentences about themselves. You can do this too. 2 of the sentences must be true and 1 of them is a lie. If students already know each other, they should try to write things that their friends don't already know. Here are mine. Strawberries are my favourite fruit. My birthday is the 26th of April. And I studied biology at university. See if you can guess which one is the lie. When everyone has their sentences ready, it's time to figure out the lies. Students take it in turn to reveal their sentences. They should read them out and show their writing too. Give everyone a short amount of time to vote on which sentence they think is the lie. Write the names or initials of the students who vote next to each sentence. Then, the writer of the sentences reveals the lie. My lie is the second one. My birthday is not the 26th of April. Students who voted correctly and found the lie get a point. For every student who guessed one of the other sentences, the sentence writer gets a point. Now do the same thing with the next student and keep going until everyone has voted on every set of sentences. Then add up the points and award a winner. If you're thinking of using Two Truths a Lie in your classroom, hit the like button. It really helps support the channel, so thank you very much. As you can tell, Two Truths and a Lie is super simple, but you may wish to adapt it to the needs of your students. First, with very large groups, to save time, you may want to split them into smaller groups and have separate games running simultaneously. Otherwise, you'll have to go through every single student's sentences one by one, and that can take ages. Alternatively, split them into small teams who act as like one individual, and they come up with some sentences and they vote as a unit. The content of the sentences should be about the students' lives, but not get too personal. This game is better with students who don't know each other that well. When you have really close friends, it's very difficult for them to come up with things that their friends don't already know about them. And you may wish to introduce a rule that his sentences can't be too similar to each other. So you can't have students being lazy and just repeating the same pattern, like my favourite sport is football, my favourite sport is basketball, my favourite sport is tennis. With more advanced and mature students, you can turn the game into more of a discussion. So when the player reveals their sentences, the others get the opportunity to ask them about it and determine which one is the lie. Obviously this takes longer, but it will get them speaking more freely. A pro tip is to use the sentences as an opportunity to quietly assess your students' writing skills. You can pick up a lot of information from just a few sentences. Either do this during the game or collect the sentences at the end to look at afterwards. And like I said before, take part yourself. I like to model the 3 sentences when explaining the game. This gives like a mini game to start off and sets the expectation of what kind of things students should write in their sentences. Plus, students like to learn a little about you too. And it's a great way to kick off with a new group. Everybody shares some information about themselves, and they each get to speak a bit, but not too much so that they're overwhelmed. However, once you've played it a few times, it does tend to lose steam. It's not the most repeatable game. So if you're looking for a game that you can play over and over and over again, I recommend Say and Draw. It's great fun for all ages and abilities, and you can find out how to play in this video right here. But for now, I've been Will from Enchanted ESL, wishing you all the joy and success in your teaching. See ya!